in 30 Rock, Liz Lemon says, "Whew, what a year, huh?" And Jack Donaghy says, "Liz, it's only February." Well, that's the year I'm having. My property had damage from flood water. 2 of my walls fell down in the backyard. Just terrace walls, but still. Those are having to be rebuilt. We're almost done setting up our backup electricity system over there. You can see there's still some wires hanging there, but it's almost done. So right now we're in rolling blackout, and this house is blacked out, but we're on batteries, which means we can now build whatever we want, and we're going to need that because in 4 months we're having a baby, so we better get going. Got this is the mechanism for the nose wheel, the actuator. That's courtesy of Mr. Mark Zeitlin. Thank you very much if you ever see this. So that got shipped all the way from the States. They don't make those anymore. You basically have to buy old ones that are coming out of old planes, or rolling your own, I guess. So I'm very glad to get that. Otherwise I would have had to splash out quite a bit of money for the automatic electric nose gear actuator, which I wasn't so keen that was going to make a huge difference. I just want to build a stock cozy, right? And yeah, so the number of parts that I'm going to require that are not sourceable, or that I'm worried about sourcing, is getting smaller. Only real big item I can think of still is the canopy, and there are people that can make those, so I think we're good. We haven't been building for a while. I've been putting panels on the roof, wiring into my roof, climbing up and down things, rewiring things. You can see all that mess over there. I did about half of that too. So being a busy boy, and the odd calamity thrown in. It's been an interesting year so far, and we're only in March at the time that I'm making this video. So man, now that we've got electricity in the middle of a blackout, let's see if we can build something.
I'm gonna cock my 9 and come a mother. I'm gonna cock my 9 and
So we're looking at this centerpiece of the duct here, and just seeing the fit of it. Here at the front piece section, I quite like the fit we have there. Let's see, it can maybe, if I feel there, it can come down about a millimeter, but here in the back, I don't know if you can see that, but that fit is quite bad. This lip there is quite a bit above this, so I did leave myself a little bit of extra on the bottom on the bottom of this duct that can be trimmed down to make sure I got the fit right. I'm quite happy with the fit on the bottom, so I think what I'm going to do is transpose that curve and then adjust it down a couple of millimeters in the back and 1 or 2 millimeters in the front. Then hopefully we can get a perfect fit on this, and then sand the bottom and start bonding this in place.
I never thought I'd feel like this. Yeah. I never thought I'd feel like this. Ooh, never thought I could. Yeah. I never thought I'd be on my shit, be on my. I'm spending my time in love like I should. No more struggling, I'm all good. Yeah. I never thought I'd feel like this.
So we can see here the work I did last night. The plan here was to put a reinforcing strap over this area. In fact, you can see the gloss of where the epoxy from this reinforcing strap just touched the structure the moment I realized. You can see it there too. The moment I realized it wasn't the correct size. You can see here I'd marked it out here before, and I marked it out there as well, but then sanded it down. And as I put it down, I realized the reinforcing strap ended about there, and same on the other side. It wasn't long enough, and after about 2 seconds of just staring at it, I realized I hadn't taken into account these drops here. For some reason my dumb mind decided it was plenty enough to just measure the distance. Lack of 3D thinking, just in the moment, I guess. And yeah, so luckily I realized that as I was putting it down, and like I say, as it touched there, you can see it touched there as well again. I lifted it up again and went, wait, this is the wrong size. So I wrapped up, you know, peel plied everything. It came out looking fairly nice. You see there that shine from the epoxy, but I mean, otherwise it came out pretty good. Maybe not 100% to my satisfaction, but it came out okay. And cool. So that's that in, but now I have to do the reinforcing strap there, and another one here in the front seat. You can see the markings there for that. That still needs to be sanded. Cool, and then we can move on to this guy, and that's the seat back brace for your shoulders. As you can see, that's basically just mocked up there, but it still needs to be glossed in and over, glossed in and over, and these areas need to be thickened up for the seat belt mounts with glass. Okay, let's keep going. So ends another adventure. The way I usually make the tapes for the fiberglass tapes for bonding things is to lay it up on aluminium foil and then transferring it, much like the plans say. And I tried that with this reinforcing band, let's call it, over there for this is reinforcing for the seat belt harness hard point there. So there's a bolt that goes through that piece of aluminium, and then 2 seat belt harnesses can bolt onto either side. And this is in the rear seat area. We're going to do the front seat area next, but this doing it on the aluminium foil first with so many plies, I think there's 9 plies of fiberglass in there. It was too much. It was too much to try and get it to conform to some of the, let me get another angle, this compound curviness that's going on there. And what ended up happening is when I put it down, there was all kinds of bubbles and stuff that formed under this, and I struggled to get it to conform correctly to these curves. And definitely I think when I'm doing that, I'm going to do that layup in place. I'm not going to do it on the aluminium foil and try to transfer it. That's definitely a lesson I've learned from this excursion. Is it works great with the 2-ply bitter tapes, but it doesn't work for these. Yeah, that thickness makes it very difficult to make it conform. The layers don't glide against each other, they just stick, right? So it makes quite a rigid thing to try and do that. It did end up working out in the end. I think it came out well. That shiny spot you see there is where the peel ply didn't quite touch down correctly, but otherwise this has worked out pretty good. Yeah, no, it's looking good. But I spent a lot of time during this layup chasing bubbles out of this. Like I say, a lot of air got trapped under it when I put it down. I think also because there's so many layers, just stippling it didn't do the trick to remove the air. And I ended up having to push the brush down and chase bubbles, you know, to the edges to get the bubbles out and stuff. It was took much longer than I had anticipated to get this to lie down completely and be a good layup, and I was a bit concerned until this morning when I took the peel ply off how it was going to come out. Now you do see black marks there from the ink and stuff, and you know that's just about how I marked the glass before I cut it and so forth. But remember, the inside of this will all get painted, right? So any marks and stuff that's showing through at the moment, you know, light spots, dark spots, spots where you can see where I've sanded because it's lighter than the rest, all of this stuff is just going to get painted over in the end. And this is actually a very smooth transition. The plans do say to use you know, not well cut pieces of glass, but have pieces of cloth that are different sizes, so that you get like a gradual transition there and there. And this came out, like I said, pretty good for how much I struggled to get it to lie down. The top ply here, the one bit ply that was lying on the top, shifted a bit here, and you can actually see it bend in there and bend out there again, but the plies under it were all 100%, and I'm surprised by how well it came out, and I'm very happy. Cool, so this will be the end of this video, so see you next time.